Leonardo DiCaprio is one of the best actors to ever breathe air, and in today's video, we're going to go over the top 5 Leonardo DiCaprio movies. Let's get into the video. Number 5, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2019. His name was Rick Dalton, the He-Man behind the TV Western bounty law and countless cinema do-rug dude classics. Who can forget the 14 Fists of McCluskey? Only now it's 1969, the counterculture is taking over and Dalton's star wattage is starting to dim. Quentin Tarantino's ode to the end of a Tinseltown era is all about the moment when things pass and what we lose in the process, and nobody embodies that better than DiCaprio's fading lead. The actor allows you to both laugh when Dalton and, in certain moments, laugh at him. He can also make you feel the pain of someone who fears he's no longer relevant. There's an undercurrent of pathos that runs under his performance even before we get to the instantly classic on-set freakout scene, apparently improvised, as well as a creeping uncertainty of what comes next. It's a beautifully vulnerable turn, one that complements the fun of watching DiCaprio recreate vintage movie/TV roles and confirming that he and Brad Pitt make one hell of a good buddy double act.
Bad idea.
Number 4, Catch Me If You Can, 2002. In this Steven Spielberg hit, DiCaprio plays Frank Avangale, a real-life con man who traveled around the country and lived the high life as he impersonated pilots, lawyers, and doctors. It was an inspired bit of casting, capturing the actor right as he was transforming from fresh-faced romantic into a brooding young man. He could still play an innocent in the film's first half as his character watches his parents' marriage break up. His heartbreak is palpable. By the end of the film, he's becoming a totally different person, a journey from kid to slightly jaded adult that's charted on DiCaprio's face.
The FBI.
Hello, Carl.
You're gonna get caught. It's like Vegas. The house always wins.
Some nuts flying around the country posing as a pilot.
30 milligrams of codeine every 4 hours. Do you concur?
I concur.
Dr. Harris,
Yes?
do you concur?
Concur with what, sir?
Number 3, The Departed, 2006. Scorsese's finally won that elusive Oscar with this Boston crime thriller, a remake of the terrific Hong Kong thriller Infernal Affairs, 2002, that had DiCaprio as a cop infiltrating the mob and Matt Damon as a mobster infiltrating the police force. It's an intricate, fascinating tale of competing cat-and-mouse games, but the director and his screenwriter William Monahan infuse it with so much tragedy that it winds up becoming something almost mythic. And DiCaprio is fantastic here. In a totally unglamorous, grubby role as a desperate man who almost loses his identity, it's one of his all-time greatest performances. Number 2, Inception, 2010. Christopher Nolan's sci-fi heist thriller has DiCaprio entering people's dreams and stealing their thoughts, only this time for that proverbial one last job. He and his team are hired to implant an idea inside someone's mind instead of boosting the usual cerebral data. How did a firm with a plot so Byzantine and a setup off so beat ever become such a massive hit? Credit Nolan's dexterity with dialogue and interlocking set pieces, but let's not also forget DiCaprio's remarkable underrated performance as a brilliant, tormented thief trying and failing to keep his own demons at bay. This is one of the saddest blockbusters you'll ever see, and a lot of that is due to its star, who brings a humanity to what could have easily been a generic brooding hero type. Number 1, Titanic, 1997. What's that, you say? You don't think this movie is all that? Tough. James Cameron's 1997 box office record breaker, Oscar winner, and all-around pop culture juggernaut was the most expensive movie of its time, not to mention a years in the making, snidely dismissed production that sometimes seemed like it would never see the light of day. Then it finally came out and it was awe-inspiring. As a piece of filmmaking, it does for the vast darkness of sea what David Lean's Lawrence of Arabia did for the sensuous of the desert. It also presents a disaster movie extravaganza without ever losing its sense of tragedy. And then there's Leo and Kate. Yes, the logline of their relationship. Adventurous drifter falls for frustrated upper-class girl is pure corn. But the two young stars infuse their earnest back and forth with so much genuine emotion that it's hard to not get swept up in their doomed love affair. It's still the high point of DiCaprio's career and one of the greatest old-school movies to come out of Hollywood in the last 20 years. That's going to do it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like on the video and subscribe to our channel so you never miss out on any of our videos in the future. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.